Welcome to WagerTalk TV. I'm Marco D'Angelo, joined in studio by Kelly Stewart. You know her as Kelly in Vegas on Twitter. You can also follow me on Twitter at Marco in Vegas. Kelly, we're talking about contest, and whenever you're talking about football contest in Las Vegas, the granddaddy of them all, like the Rose Bowl right now, it's the Westgate SuperContest. That might change, in a few years from now, but right now they are the king. This is a contest that gets the most entries and has the biggest payout. Tell us about the Westgate SuperContest.
Yeah, absolutely. They're the most historic, right? They've been going on for almost 15 years now. This has been a contest. We've seen several of our peers win these contests, place in the top 10, and it was always very prestigious. Then you insert proxy services, and they allow people from out of town to enter, and this thing just absolutely explodes. ESPN has been talking about this contest for several years. They write articles. They want to interview the winners. Listen, it's 3,500 people are going to enter this contest this year. It's going to be almost $2 million in total prize pool, over $1.5 million for the first place winner. 5 NFL games against the spread. It's a $1,500 buy-in. You can have 2 $1,500 entries, and then you can have a gold, which I'll get to here in a minute. I like this contest a lot because it does really put people on the map. We've seen several winners over the years all of a sudden really get like their 15 minutes of fame, so it's really exciting. They also pay the top 100 spots. They also do a weeks 1 through 4 payout. They call it the first quarter. They do a first half, weeks 1 through 8 payout, and then weeks 15, 16, 17, which is what I won back in 2014, called the mini contest. Each of those pay 15 grand. So even if you're not crushing it for the entire season, that last 3 weeks you have a chance at redemption. And that's basically what happened when I did it. I was sitting at 50% and I went on a hot run. And then when you go on those hot runs and you can still get paid, life's really good. I mentioned the SuperContest Gold. This is the one I was joking with Marco the other night when we were out drinking with Ralph. I'm like, hey, we need to get a WagerTalk entry. The SuperContest Gold's $5,000. Winner take all. They take no rake. And it, to me, is the ultimate, I'll call it wise guy contest, right? The only thing I hate is that the winner takes all. If I got second place in that contest, I think you guys would see my head spin around like The Exorcist. I would be losing it. It would be so devastating. But it would, to me, that is the pinnacle of contests here in town. The Gold says, hey, I'm putting up $5 grand for the season because I think I have what it takes.
And Kelly, just like the Circus Sports Million contest, this is an NFL contest only. We'll be talking about another contest in another video that does have college as well. And you talk about, there's been some insane records that have won this contest. And as you said, it's not necessarily, a wise guy that wins this. We had a couple years ago a barista from Starbucks win this. I wonder if he's still making coffees. I
highly doubt it. He
took like $900,000.
Yeah, he was not the first $1 million winner. The guy the next year was. But we've seen some really smart guys place in the top 10 before. But he was, I would say, one of the more outliers. We've actually, somebody even said, "Oh, Kelly, I can't believe you're not going to enter the contest." Prior to this year, I've always been sponsored by a great company in Canada called Oddshark. No longer going to be with them this year, so I'm not going to be in the contest. But everybody said, wouldn't it be awesome you'd be the first woman to win it? And I go, no, we've already had a woman win it. Like almost 10 years ago, a lady and her husband were always a team, and he's like, I don't want in it this year. She went full in, picked a bunch of winners, and won the money. Granted, that was when there was only 300 or 400 people in it, but that being said, it's always interesting to see who comes out on top and where they're from and what their story is.
Yeah, and it's very similar to the World Series of Poker, how it's grown over the years, and people go back to 20 years ago, the World Series, 30 years ago when there was 300 or 400 people, and they say, okay, wow, you only beat 300 or 400 people. But those 300 or 400 people generally were sharper people. Yeah, sharper people. And then this thing just kept growing and growing and growing, and anybody has a shot. And it's nice, and for $1,500 entry fee, if you're an average Joe and you want to have action all season long in something, this is a good way
I tell people this all the time. So I have a buddy whose wife just had their 3rd baby. It was unexpected. So, sometimes finances get really tight. They were out here a few months ago. I said, hey, listen, we know he plays my college stuff. We talk a lot. He does well in college, right? As do a lot of really sharp guys. If you do your homework in college, you're fine. What happens on Sunday? You end up giving your money back. Then you're chasing Sunday night. Then you're chasing Monday night. Next thing you know, you're going to meet your guy on Wednesday, right? And so that's what I told her. I said, listen, let him enter this contest for $1,500. Make a deal with him that says you cannot bet NFL this year. And there's your NFL action. And then you play your college with your local guy and you're super happy. So I got the compromise there with those two. She still wanted to kill me for even suggesting that. But, you know, I feel like it kind of keeps everybody happy. And again, I'm not playing 5 NFL games a week. I'm maybe playing 2 or 3. So that gives you a little bit of extra action, something to cheer for.
So there you have it. And guys, if you need couples therapy or you need a proxy, Kelly in Vegas is where you go. And if you want to sign up for one of these contests and you don't want to, you're out of town, you don't live in Nevada, but you want to enter the contest, you still can. Go through a proxy. And the best one, the one I recommend, is Kelly's. Go to her website, proxy.kellyinvegas.com. You can sign up. Be sure to mention WagerTalk. If you mention WagerTalk, you're going to save $50 on the proxy fee. And Kelly will get your plays in for you each week. And you'll get a nice ticket text to you showing you your plays are in. You can see the ticket, double check it, and everybody's happy. Check it out. Kelly in Vegas Proxy Service. We'll be back with more here at WagerTalk TV.